everyone, welcome back to my channel. Again, I gotta stop saying that. Thanks for watching my channel, guys. But anyway, today I'm going to be showing you all some things, something I've been working on for, and this is for, well, for anybody, but mainly for all of you memorydex fanatics. I like making them, but then sometimes you get tired of making the regular plain shape ones. Hold on, let me grab them. You know those ones, that's doesn't have any shape to them. I mean, there's just regular that's not a good one. I mean, even the kinds you make yourself, or the ones you have with a die, and you want to have something different, as your base. Okay, so now, like, these are ones that I've actually did on my memory punch board, and then I have a die for them. But these are just like the basic shapes of a memorydex, So, you gotta get tired of the same thing. So I am making shaped, or more or less more intricate, or more prettier memorydex bases, and I'm going to show you how I did these with my dies. Okay, so, and these are two. Now this is kind of small, but it still works. So yeah, so this one I made with this die. And again, I'm going to show you how I did this. So with basically, I used the first one and the second one, and I cut it. I put the paper. I like to fold mine in half, because instead of having information on the back, I like to have it on the inside. So that's why I have a piece of paper that I cut. And by the way, guys, you can use your scraps for this, so you don't have to get a clean sheet of cardstock, decorative paper, whatever. This is good for using for your scraps. I mean, you can just set up and make them, and you just have them for whenever you want to make a memory die, a memorydex card. So yeah, so I use my scraps for these. So again, I like to have mine folded in half, so that, again, I can put any information that I want on the inside instead of on the back. I'll probably stamp on the back my logo that I made it, but the information, like if you're in a swap or something, and you ask, and they want, if you're hosting a swap or somebody's helping swap and they want certain information, you can put on the inside instead of on the back. So that's why I like to have mine folded. Here's another one that I folded, and this one is from this die. I use this die, and again, the first and the second dies. With these, I mean, they normally come with a certain size on a memorydex, but you can make them any size you want. And then on this one, I made, again, the first two dies, and this is kind of small, but again, it will still work. So you don't want to get dies that's too small, but a good size, so that you can actually do something with them. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to try with these three dies. And with this particular die, we're going to have the basic straight edge, but then on the top, I want to see if I can cut this edge at the top. So that's why we're going to use that one. And this is a die, I think I've used it once, and it is a artsy die, and you can make different size tabs. I'm going to use these dies, putting them together, and I could possibly make one of these, and I don't have to use the whole die. I could just use like center, but we'll get to that and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I went through my scraps, and these are some scraps that I'm going to be using to make three dies. I'm going to show you, three memorydex cards bases. And you can use any paper. So I use, I peeled out some solids, and then I pulled out some decorative. I'm not going to use this one, it's too busy. I mean, if you use this one, then you won't, don't have to decorate a lot. But anyway, so I'm going to use these three, and I'm going to use this with this, this with this, and this with this one. And this is kind of like a linen, if you can see that. It's texture to it. So let's get started. So first, I'm going to cut these down, and I'm going to show you. Cut these down to size. I'm going to use this die because I'm going to pull out my other one because it's not going to matter. I mean, I got to change my blades on this one. So it's not going to matter if I use this because I'm just going to be cutting. Let me put it on the right. Let me see which, yeah. I mean, it's kind of raggedy, but because I need to change my blade, but it's not going to make a difference because they're going to see it anyway. And see, this is another piece of scrap. I'm just going to cut that off. Throw that away. Let's take another piece of scrap. Okay, so I'm going to use that piece. This is already cut to size. I'm going to cut this one down a little bit too. And, you know, yeah, just scraps. So, next, I'm just going to fold these in half. Just fold it in half. And again, guys, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be cutting off everything anyway. We're just going to need the bottom part. And these are my solid colors. Now, I also noticed with when I use this metallic, these, I should have used this with my school board because I got that on there. But again, this is just for video purposes. And you know what? We're not going to need all this. I'm going to cut this down like that. We're not going to need all of that. I don't think so. We're just going to cut this off and use this as a scrap. I'm going to mess all that up. Okay. So, this is what you start with. Again, just scraps. Okay. Now we're going to get my big kick. And let's get this out of the way. And we're going to first start with, let's see, you know what, let's do this die because this looks like it's a pretty edge for the, and I'm going to use this like for Valentine, so I'm going to use this, I'm going to see how I can use this, because again, if you notice this is this end is going to emboss and this is going to cut the edge. So this is going to be the top part. And I'm going to line this up. And I'm going to kind of try to center it. On each side here. And my thing here is pretty it's a magnet, so I don't have to use anything to stick it down. And we're just gonna go all the way over that. I'm gonna go over again. And again, guys, this is the first time I'm using this die. I mean, I bought it years ago. And look at that. And see, it's embossed. So, I like that. In the back. Okay, so we did that part. And we're going to do the same thing, but I'm with this because it's a embossed edge. We're going to try something different here with this one. We're not going to use this, but I'm just going to do some measuring, and we're going to see how big this is. It's about 4 3/8. No, not 3/8. 4 probably 4 3/16, I think. I don't know. My rule is wearing out. I can't really see it. Okay, so we're going to make. We're just going to go ahead and make it up. Now it's like 4 1/4. No, that's right. We're just going to go ahead and cut this down to 4 inches. 4 inches by 2 1/8. Let's move that out of the way. We're gonna get my smaller. No, I don't bring up my big 6 with that. That's just too much. Okay, we're gonna cut this down by 2 1/8 by 4. Yep, that's about it. At 4. Yeah, cool. That was easy. Okay, and this one. Let's see. Let's look at that again. I see when I do this, I kind of figured out as I go. And so I'm thinking if we could probably emboss this. But no, but you know what? That's probably good right there. And that's pretty. So we're just going to do that. So let's see. Let's go ahead and just use wet glue for this. And these are my little bottles, if they come out of there, that I ordered from Amazon. And I got like, I think 3-4 bottles. And one of them I got my Turbo Tacky in it. And it's not working. I ain't got time to mess around with this. I don't want this to be a very long, extremely long video, so I'm trying to hurry up. So we're just going to use some square tape. So, I'm just going to stick this down and call it done. And even though it's still basically a rectangle square shape, it still has some kind of design on it. And it's, you know, something different than the regular old basic ones you make. Okay. And that. Oh, I forgot to get my punch. And then I got my Heidi Swap memorydex hole punch. Now at first I was doing this, I was punching them the holes on the decorative paper first and then on the base, but this it punches pretty good. Gotta press kind of hard, but it will punch it. And there you have it. So there's that one. Get some about the glare, but there's that. And so that's one. Now you want to kind of weld that off. You don't like that pointed edge on there, you know. That'll, you know. But I like that one. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Trash can over here. Where did that come from? Gotta put that up. Okay. So let's put that one out of the way. Now the next one, we're gonna try with this die. Okay, guys. Gotta get some more magnets. I was going through the magnets that I mean magnets, my dies that I don't have on magnets yet, and in my that might be too, nope, that's not the ring right size, that weren't stored in my I see my tour video where I had the way I got my the way I got my dies stored. I went and got magnets sheets, vent covers from Lowe's, and they didn't come in the size that I usually get them from Walmart, so I actually got more out of it for the same price. But I had to cut and piece them together, but it worked. So this is just a little piece. You see I had to piece it. So this is a piece that I cut off after I pieced it together. So duct tape on the back and then some clear tip on the front, and it doesn't flop, so it's good. So that's just a little piece, just so hold that until I get a bigger piece. But I might just leave it like that too, because it works. Alright, so on to this. Let me see. So we're going to use the yellow on this one. Now, this is how you're going to be doing this one. Now, we're going to, this is the folded edge, and so we won't be cutting out the whole die, of course. So I'm going to turn this over, and on some of these, sometimes you have to decide where you want, like on this one, because it's, you know, like half, I just like kind of right in the middle, and I cut it right down the middle of this die. And so I'm going to show you how to place it. So this, because it's a jagged edge, called torn edge die. I got this from Adrienne Moore, and a swap that she sent me, and she sent me these wonderful dies. So I think I'll probably use them once or twice before, And so I'm going to kind of decide how big I want this done. I'm going to be right there. So again, this is the folded edge. We're not going to use the whole die. So we're going to cut it right here. And then we're just going to run this through. I just like to run it back because I don't like to reach over and pull it from the other side. So I just run it back through. Oh, and I gotta clean off my plate. I mean, I think that we're gonna cover up anyway. But there you have it. Fold it in half. Okay. So now we're gonna get the next size, the smaller size, and we're going to, well, I need to cut this down. We want this going across or up and down. Let's do a cross, guys. Let's cut this down a little bit. And we're going to go across. Put that up there. And we're going to use this one. And we're going to make sure you use the same edge. So, see this right here? So I'm going to make sure it's going this the same way. Now, again, I'm going to measure how big this is. And it is about 3 inches by 3.5. So we're going to cut this down to, you know what? Well, it's not going to matter. We need to, but we do need to cut this. Let me see, this way about. Wrong side. That's 3. So we're going to cut this down to 2 and 3/4. Alright. Okay. Let me plate. I'm going to put this on here. And we're going to put this right at the top. And gotta make sure you cut this at the right side. Cause see right here, and we gotta make sure you got the right side. Okay, why is that different? It's supposed to match up like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah, goes like that. Okay. Let's put that in there like so. I'm gonna move it up just a teeny bit. Okay, we're gonna put that. And this is thin paper, guys. This is just regular scrapbook paper. And they have that one, and we're going to center that. Again, where's my score tape? Now you can go around the edges if you want to, but again, for video purposes, I'm just doing these quick and easy. Just give you an idea. I'm just gonna center this. Again, get your punch, center it, and then there you have it. There's another one. I love these things. Okay, let's do one more. Alrighty, so we did that one. Now, this die is one that you have to piece together. And again, it's an artsy die, and I've had it for a number of years. And I think I used it only, and actually it's two different shapes. This is a small shape, it's bigger. Let's use this one since it's the bigger one. And then we're going to use this one, these two short ones. That should be enough. We don't, I mean, because then if we wanted to make it, so you put that there. And then this right here. And then, oh, put the wrong thing. And I'm so glad that I have my magnetic plate with this, because I think when I used it before I got my my magnetic plate, I had to tape these down because they moved. But now that I got my magnetic plate, I don't have to worry about that. So if y'all get this die, if you don't already have it, you probably already know this. But if you do have this die and you don't have the magnetic plate, it's a good idea to get one so you won't have to worry about taping it down. Alright, let's start early. Okay, so we don't have to use the bottom piece because we don't need it. But again, I'm going to show you how these dies work. And that's how you cut out that die. Or I can make it longer. Yeah, come on. See? I can't get it off. If I want to make it longer, I just replace this. I think you can probably even make it longer with these and then put this on there, or make it, you know, yeah, you can make it different sizes. So, but yeah, we're going to just use this size. This should be good. All right, so we're going to take this off. So we got to lay the paper down first. And we're going to get the linen paper. Again, here it is. And we're going to lay this down all the way at the top. And then we're going to put this there. Well, no, we're gonna move it down. And we're just going, I want to see it because come all the way down to the edge. So we're going to put this down. We're going to, let's put this on first. It's right at the bottom. Okay, so it's right at the bottom. So the blade stops right at the bottom. And because this one is over, because we have to hook the next one to it. So this is right here where the shortest end is where the blade stops. So, there's my plate. Again, I just roll it back so I won't have to reach over and bring it back this way. Sometimes I do, but most times I don't. I just roll it back. I'm not cutting it twice just because I'm not sure if the paper will cut. I'm just doing it because I don't want to reach over. Okay. It's kind of small, but it'll do. Again, I'm just giving you ideas on how you can make your own memorydex dies instead of using the same old basic shape ones. Alright. And bring this plate back over. And then we're going to use the well, with this one we don't have a smaller size, so let's see what we're going to do with this. I didn't think about that. Let's see, this is a smaller one, but it's way small. See this right here? So it might work. You know what? We're just messing around. Let's go ahead and use this piece. And let me see, where's the paper that I was going to use for this one. Yeah, this piece of paper right here. So we're going to measure. We're just going to measure. You know what? Let's do this. We are going to use that piece. I'm not going to be able to do it. Unless we use something different to give it some character. I don't like that either. I think I used the wrong. I didn't use a good example with this one. But hey, like I said, this is trial and error with me. This is just something I started doing. Okay, so let's see how we're gonna do this. Bear with me, guys. I'm running into a snafu here with this one. But it is pretty though. It's kind of small, but it's pretty. Okay, so I'm going to do this. This is going to require more work. Let's see, how big is this? It is about, I'm going to go ahead and give it that 3 inches. So I'm going to cut this down to 2. I'm going to do 2 and 3/4. 2 3/4. Yeah, and then I'm gonna do this. This is actually a lot of work. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then we're not gonna have to use a die with this one. So then we're gonna measure from this right here down. Oh, keeps the wrong end. I gotta get my other ruler. It's in the house. Yeah, it's in the house. But this one, you can see it's all worn out, got stuff on it. But this is like 2 1/8, so we're gonna cut this down to 1 7/8. There. Perfect. And that's pretty. Okay. So, guys, when you're doing this, and you run into the problem I did, quick, simple fix. It doesn't have to be just like on the other one, the first one I did. Doesn't necessarily have to be the shape like this one, like it was on this one, and the other 3 that I showed you. I mean, it could just be a straight edge. I mean, it just, again, because I just want it to be something more decorative than the regular edge that we usually do. So, again, look like some chrome. Did you see that? Or is that just my eyes messing with me? Okay. Okay, so we're going to stick that on. You can see they normally supposed to come at a certain size, but I mean, maybe this could, well, that's not straight. Maybe this could be something like ones you can stick on a bigger one. Like this small one. I'd probably stick it on a bigger one as an embellishment. And it's still not dang straight, unless I didn't cut it straight. Which I probably didn't. I didn't. It's not cut straight. Oh well. So, yeah. So again, we're going to put this in. We're going to measure it up. And there you have it. A little small, but like I said, I could probably use that a small one here. So then we have that. Now that'd be a cute idea. So yeah. So that, guys, is how you can make your own shaped dies. I mean, memorydex cards with your dies, instead of just using the same old boring regular shaped memorydex bases. You can be creative with your dies. There you go, guys. So I hope that gave you guys some ideas, and so you can broaden your horizons on your memorydex craze, and we'd love to see what you come up with. So thanks, guys, for watching. Y'all have a crafty day, and toodles.